Hi crafters, this is Cindy B from mrsbscraftroom.blogspot.com here today on Saturday with another video in my series using the Gypsy and the Cricut. This is episode 6 and today we're going to be using the Sweet Treats cartridge. We're going to be making a really cute interactive cupcake card that I designed on my Gypsy. So we'll be using the Sweet Treats cartridge, and we'll be using the Cupcake on page 27, and we'll be using several of the features, the layer feature and a couple of the features. So we'll be taking those images and creating a card. So let's get started. All right. Hi crafters, this is Cindy B from mrsbscraftroom.blogspot.com here today on Saturday with another video in my series using the Gypsy and the Cricut. This is episode 6 and today we're going to be using the Sweet Treats cartridge. We're going to be making a really cute interactive cupcake card that I designed on my Gypsy. So we'll be using the Sweet Treats cartridge, and we'll be using the Cupcake on page 27, and we'll be using several of the features, the layer feature and a couple of the features. So we'll be taking those images and creating a card. So let's get started. All right. All right, so on my Gypsy, I have already put together the card pieces, but I want to go ahead and show you. Okay, on my Gypsy, I've already went ahead and put together the card pieces, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we have. So I'm going to close the eyeball on that second layer so we don't see all of that. What I've done is I have selected, I'm going to zoom in on this so you can see it. I have selected the using the shift key of the image, of the cupcake image, I've selected the layer, or the bottom, the cupcake bottom part, and it's basically just this part here. And I have copied that and welded that together, so you'll see that piece here. If I separate those two, you'll see them move. I've welded those together to make a flap. Let's see if I can ungroup that so you can see it. Oops. It is not wanting to ungroup today. There we go. Okay. So here's the bottom of the cupcake card, and I basically copied that, made 2 of those, and then layered them together, matching up their bottoms so that it would be a flip card. Then what I did is I went to George and Basic Shapes, and I selected these rectangles, and I sized those to fit next to the cupcake, because what I wanted to do is make a flap that I could fold in for the slider part of my cupcake to go into the card with. So I did that on both sides. I have added those and then welded those together. So I wanted to group those, so I'll select the group feature key and select each of the items that I'd like to group, and then close off my group feature, go to the Advanced tab, it's welded, and take a look at the eyeball. Now I see I have a little red line here where this is not quite even here and here, so I want to fix that. So what I'm going to do is select that outside piece and scooch it in just a little bit, and then select the bottom cupcake piece and scooch that one in just a little bit. Now let's go ahead and take a look at that again, and we have a perfect cut. So that's going to create the base of the cupcake card. Then what I've done is I've selected the layer of the cupcake, which is this particular one here. The grooves are cut out, and if I move that, I size that the exact same size as the layer piece, so when this cuts out, it's going to layer right on top of that cupcake base, but it won't layer on those tabs. Those tabs are going to fold in, and I'll show you how that works when we put the card together. So that's basically the first layer, the first page of the cupcake card. Oops. So then I went ahead and put the cherry on top. If there is a layer, it's a shift feature key to put the cherry on top for the cupcake card. And I'll be cutting that out of a different color. So let's go to layer 2. And layer 2 is where I actually made the card that's going to slip into the base, the cupcake base that we've created. So I have again selected the cupcake on page 27, and I've sized that to the correct size, and I have basically what I did to figure out what the correct size was, I on the second layer took that cupcake and moved it. It's a little bit smaller than the actual base of the cupcake, but I moved it over to make sure that it was going to slide inside of that card. So I just made it a little bit smaller so that it would slide over. And then I copied that and flipped the image, and then I welded those together. And so when we cut this out, we'll be able to fold that over and have a card. So what we're going to do now is go off and I'll cut this out for you and I'll show you how to put it together.